So I'm welcoming you all this OpenShift session. Thanks for your valuable time that you are going to spend another 45 minutes with us. So today I'm not going to give much about the syllabus structure, what is inside in kind of OpenShift and like that. Okay, this is something like the basics that we can able to understand the purpose of OpenShift. Okay, so today most of you, those who are having experience more than 5 years or 10 years or like 15 years, right? So almost we just wanted, or we are need in a position to actually shape up ourselves, right? So we just wanted to strengthen ourselves, as because so many years of experience, the people who are into the sysadmin industry, right? Slightly they wanted to be cornered, right? So what we can do and how we can do this better, right? Answering all these questions, OpenShift or kind of the DevOps product, okay? So that is the reason we are actually providing these kinds of webinar or these kinds of workshops sometimes, okay? And trying to make the candidates or make the participants understand how or what would be the better choice, okay? Having said that, the culture of DevOps is very recently developed, right? I can say that 5-7 years like that, okay? Previous to that, we were in very old architecture, okay? Like tier 3, okay, kind of things, and physical or virtual kind of things. Cloud will be the basic, okay, everything is there. Okay. Still it is there, but now the trend can completely change, okay. That's what I'm going to discuss with you right now. Anyhow, so I have some agenda here. Let me share with you. Not much. Something. What is a containerization? People nowadays talks about application containerization or containers, okay, or a kind of a microservices, right? And these are the common terminologies that we can able to hear nowadays, okay. The industry or the organization which are actually not accommodating these kind of technologies, right? Definitely they cannot able to survive, okay. Only few of the products like core banking or some other environments may take some more time for the migration, but mostly all the applications are comfortable or compatible towards the current trend, okay. So the DevOps plays a major role over there, okay. And the OpenShift is among the one of the main projects or product in the DevOps, okay. So this is containerization, okay. First of all, we need to understand what is a container, okay. I can say that we know how the physical machine will be working, right? We know that how a virtual machine will be working, right? For example, when I'm purchasing a laptop or a desktop, what I will do, I will install the operating system. On top of that, I will go for the application, okay? Maybe audio, video, or any other applications, or finance applications, or trading applications, whatever it is, okay? But what's special in the container system, okay? Is there anything special, or how it works with the most of the queries or doubts is something like, is the container and the VM are the same or it is different, okay? Actually speaking, containerization look and feel, or containers are look and feel as like as your virtual machine. Okay. So how they are explaining something like an operating system like OS level virtualization, right? So which means that the earlier virtualization can be called as hardware virtualization, where the resources actually split it up and that can be used for various virtual machines, right? But here the operating system is divided in the sense that is shared among n number of such containers. Okay. And also if you are actually packing the application, that will fulfill the requirement. For example, if you are having a Java application, okay, then on top of the host operating system, we can install or we can partition and we can use that partition for fill up the stuff. Okay. So basically, this is working based on some images. Images in the sense, normally we will be using the ISO image, right? When you want to install an operating system, we'll be using a ISO image, right? So similarly, here also we are going to use a kind of images that can be called as container images. Okay. So that can be managed with some repository, right? Or this can be called as registry. Normally, repository can be used for managing the RPMs like that, right? Here also we can call, but a special term we can use that so that we can able to differentiate between that, right? Registry can be used. Registry is nothing but a hub. You can able to host a number of images over there. So now you can see application level virtualization over multiple network resources so that software applications can run in isolated user space. Okay. So that is what we need to understand. It is kind of a isolated environment. Okay. See here. I'm not sure whether you can able to see my screen, just a moment. Yes, you can able to see my screen. In the sense I opened a pane. I'm not sure whether you can able to see that. Just a moment. Let me do a new share. Able to see that? Sarika, can you please confirm?
Yeah, we can see, sir.
MS Paint I have opened. Is that right? Able to see that? Can you able to see my drawings here? Able to see my...
Yeah, we can see, sir.
Okay, thanks. So now you can see that, guys. So this is something like, I can say, a CPU, the memory, the hard disk will be there. Okay. Normally these resources will be used or divided into multiple pieces, and that can be used in case of the virtual machines, right? But in case of containers, right, we'll be having a operating system will be installed here. This is called the host OS. On top of this, we'll be having a small portion that can be used for installing the containers runtime interface. It is called as CRI. Okay, where we can able to host the applications. Okay, but in this case, see here, the container runtime interface can able to fetch the images which we can keep in the registry here, something like this, right? And in general, right, when I'm using any of the operating systems, right? For example, I can say that Let's consider that is a Linux operating system, Linux OS. Okay. So normally in any of the OS we have two different sections will be there. Okay. So one is called as this portion we can call this as kernel space, where the kernel will be occupied, and the next portion can be called as a user area or user space. Okay, this I'm just actually showing this one for your understanding. This is happening in the memory one, here one, right? So what will happen exactly here? A small portion of a partition is created. Okay. In this partition, when I'm running a command, what this command will do, it will try to pick up any of the image and try to install that image or deploy that image in the particular portion. Portion is nothing but a partition in the user space. Okay. So now you can see that, for example, if I'm saying that a Java, right, binary for the Java and library for the Java will be used here, right? And also a small portion of operating system will also be installed, because that is very much required to accommodate, right? Otherwise, it's not able to hold the binary and library, a small portion. So now you can able to understand why I am saying this one as a OS level utilization. It's called as OS level utilization, right? Because you can see the underlying operating system. On top of that, we have a small portion in the user area. That small portion is having the binary and the library, and that's actually a small portion of operating system as well. So like that, I can have n number of such partitions. For example, right, in the physical machine, right, I can say that one machine can accommodate one application in general. Okay. But in case of the virtualization, I mean hardware virtualization, I can say that in the one hardware, I can go for nearly 40 VM, right? Just an approximate, okay? Similarly, for the containers, right, I can, in a single hardware, right, I can go up to nearly 400 containers. You cannot able to imagine that one. Maybe I'm just an approximate one. In the same hardware, I'm saying that. So that is the reason that technology or the business is going or taking towards this kind of container. And moreover, managing containers is not an easy one, but we have some software available. For example, if I'm saying that 400 containers on a single machine, how can we manage this one? Right? And in case if one of the containers is going down, then who can able to manage or who can able to monitor this particular container? Whether the container is live or not, or the application is running or not, or what happened in case if that is going to terminate, then what we are going to do. So many questions that we need to answer. So answering all these questions, we have some software in general that is actually called as Kubernetes. Okay. So Kubernetes is the core part in the OpenShift. OpenShift is kind of a wrapper which is actually managing the containers and the CRI, container runtime interface in the Kubernetes. See here, all these are the base point for OpenShift. Right? OpenShift is a wonderful product that it's an enterprise product that it can able to accommodate or it can able to manage the containers runtime interface, Kubernetes, and all other products effectively. Okay. See here, this is what actually I have explained. Host infrastructure, a kernel will be there. So kernel is the same only, like you know that, right? It's core part of the kernel, and this is the entire operating system. And on top of that, a Docker daemon, which is nothing but it's called a CRI, container runtime interface. On top of that, each and every partition, I can say that partition because these are all available in the user area of the operating. Each each and every partition is having applications binary and the library. They are also binary libraries. They are also binary libraries, right? So since these applications are intact, the applications are having their own kind of versions, right? There won't be any problem even when you are upgrading your operating system in the host operating system, right? Because in the virtual machine, what will happen in case if you are trying to upgrade your host, right? In the sense of Java or Python or PHP, whatever it may be, right? When you are trying to upgrade the OS or the OS level applications which is kept in the host, right? Then the application may be impacted. Application may be impacted, but here it is not like that. Okay, why? Because all the necessary packages are built here itself, and that will actually satisfy the requirement, right? So guys, why you may be wondering that why I am explaining this container, because this is the base or building block for OpenShift or Kubernetes, whatever. So that is what we need to understand very clearly. If you are having a clear idea about this, right, then you can able to survive for a long. Here also you can see microservice architecture. Okay. There are some microservices. People may be wondering what is microservices. I'm especially talking about the, not exactly the freshers. Freshers may take some more time, but the people who are already working in the environment of a system admin, right? They can understand what is a service. For example, if I'm installing a service, right? For example, I can say HTTP as a service or FTP as a service, right? If I'm installing in a virtual machine, right? What will happen? It will. So based on the requirements, the request, it will keep on like increasing the number of threads. Okay. Of course, it is based on the requirements it will do. But similarly, other applications also like that, right? Based on the requirements, it will do. But just imagine that if there is any problem, any memory leakage or due to some application coding problem, right? Applications trying to eat up lot of memory or trying to eat up lot of CPU. At that time, what will happen normally if you are considering as a virtual machine or a physical machine, what will happen? If I am configured with 24 gigs or 128 gigs of RAM, what will happen? It will try to eat up all the memory, right? Then it will actually make trouble to all other applications which are running in parallel in the same host. Correct? But in microservices, these all can be eliminated. We will provide some amount of memory and some amount of CPU for that particular application. In case if it actually is going beyond that, normally we have a limit set on that we have to define. For example, it will go up to 8 GB, it will go up to 16 GB like that. Okay, we can set some maximum value. When we set, what will happen? It will have its own restrictions, will have its own limitations. So there won't be any problem for that application, or if that application is in trouble, only that application will be affecting, not other applications, right? Some other options are also the, like for example, self-healing. Self-healing means suppose if it is in trouble, right, it will try to recover itself, right, with some other images or something. Okay. So these are the basic level understanding we should have. Okay. Again, I can say that if microservices are running, but nothing but these are all kind of containers. So that is the reason, if you understand the containers concept, right, then it is that is what required in the industry. That is what required in the Kubernetes. That is what required in the entire DevOps, right? Because you can see that in the next slide, these are all the devices, you know that, right? Microwave oven, a treadmill, a smartwatch. These are all running with the operating system, right? So these are all nothing but almost you can see these are all related to the embedded terminal, embedded system, right? Because what is embedded is something like a pre-programmed software is installed over there, and it will do it only that particular job. It will not acting as a computer, right? A difference between the microcontroller and the microprocessor, right? Microcontroller is something like a programmed only for that particular application. That is what these are all. Same way the container is going to be there. Okay, the container is actually launched to do the only the specific function, right? How the smartwatch is working, how this segment is working, how this is working. This you can take it as an example for the container. Okay, it will do only that job. That's it. For example, in a virtual machine, you can configure Apache, or you can Apache, and you can configure FTP, and you can configure some other cron job and other things, right? But containers is not like that. Containers will do a specific application. If it is acting as a web server, then it will act only as a web server. If it is acting as a middleware, then it will act as a middleware, maybe a WebSphere or kind of Open Java or whatever it is, right? .NET means only .NET. That's it. So that you just that is what your understanding. If your understanding towards the container is anywhere going wrong, then definitely everywhere you will go wrong. Okay, so that is what people who are actually having some experience and exposure so far, you try to encash yourself, in the sense, try to upgrade your skill set and try to make yourself comfortable in the higher advanced technology. Okay, because this is very much required for us. Okay, because most of the applications, I'm saying that more than 90% of the distributed systems are nowadays towards DevOps. If I'm saying that someone is not going towards the DevOps, then definitely there is a problem. Right? Yes, most of the people give an example like Kodak. Like nowadays we cannot able to hear that, but maybe 10 years before, right? Kodak was very famous, and it was actually they had a very great shares and so many things, so many kind of plans they have, but nowadays it is not, because they are not adapted to the latest trends and technology. That is where actually lacking out. Some information about the different cloud services. Why I am saying this on cloud? Because this is nothing but whatever that we are going to talk in next to that is also part of the service. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, firewall as a service, container as a service, etc. As a service we are providing. Like who is providing? Vendors like AWS or Azure. Okay, like this guys. Some public clouds are there, private clouds are there. That I think you have some idea. Probably I'm not going to explain much there, but I'm going to talk about this part. Because OpenShift is nothing but it is a platform as a service, right? So it is a cloud computing. It falls under the cloud computing services. So what they're saying that it allows the customer to provision instantiable, run and manage a modular bundle comparison of computing platform. Okay, one or more applications. It is something like when you are, for example, what IA is saying that infrastructure as a service, what it says that when I'm actually providing a virtual machine, an empty virtual machine. Empty means what? Just I'm provisioning a virtual machine with some 4 cores of CPU and 8 GB of memory and 20 GB of hard disk. That is provisioning. Okay. That doesn't have the operating system. But on top of that, if I'm installing an operating system, maybe a Windows or maybe a Linux or Ubuntu, whatever it may be, then I can call that as an infrastructure. I'm providing infrastructure from the vendor perspective. Vendor is providing infrastructure. So that is what it is called as infrastructure as a service, because they are providing as a service and they will be charging that for that. But similarly, on top of the operating system, when you are doing some, when you are installing something, for example, Python, PHP, or .NET or something, that is used by the developer for the developing purpose, then I can say that is called as a platform. You are providing a platform for the developer. That's what it is called as platform as a service. Okay. So OpenShift is also part of that. The DevOps normally components are involved in DevOps. So many components. So don't get afraid of this one, okay? So what do you want to do? It is something like these are all, some of the companies may be using so many things, okay? This everything can be accommodated in the OpenShift itself. So that is the reason I'm saying that no need to worry about that. Okay, OpenShift is actually a kind of a single entity that it can able to manage the DevOps, it can able to whatever that Jenkins or other things is doing, right? That we can do that through the OpenShift as well. Okay, we can able to do that. That is how it is constructed. It is an enterprise training. Okay. DevOps is something like left hand side you can see development phase and right hand side operation phase. Operation is something like infrastructure and this is nothing but a development. So both these combined together, that's what it is called as a DevOps. Okay. They have some kind of the life cycle. That and all you can take it later. Okay. And I'm not going to deeper into that, but some basic understanding of it. Simply speaking, maybe 10 years before, if when I'm doing a change during my weekend, right, then probably on the next Monday, then next Monday will fix the infrastructure. Sometimes it may be the infrastructure very bad. Some of the people may say that no, I'm not able to access. Some of the people say that I mean my user ID is not there. Some of the people saying that I cannot able to find my server. Why? Because if there is a small typo by the operation guy, right, that makes it huge impact. So these are all actually the input for the development of DevOps. And finally, now we are into the DevOps culture, DevOps era. Everything is automated. Whatever that you are doing, don't do that in the production right now. You can do that in everything is automated. When I'm trying to trigger, when I'm trying to make a switch on, then automatically it has to pass nearly 20 different components. So finally, it will be doing the deployment in the last component. DevOps is kind of it. Okay. That is the reason we need to understand, first of all, Linux. We need to understand the Ansible for the automation, then we need to go for the OpenShift. OpenShift means OpenShift covers the Kubernetes as well. Okay, not entire thing, but whatever is required, that will be covered. Okay, when you are into this area, whatever that I have explained you, when you are good in this area, then I can say that you can survive. You can survive for the next 10 years, 5 years. Okay, but you should be very strong enough to understand the concept. Okay. Why I'm saying that some of the people may be using some terminology, then you may not get afraid of that. You should understand what is that, right? And these are all comes under the same kind of thing. For example, I can say Jenkins, right? Jenkins will do kind of integration activity. Like Jenkins can be replaced with Bamboo also. That is also open source product. Some are saying that I'm using Bamboo. Bamboo will do that, right? We cannot. But you need to understand what is the Bamboo, what kind of functionality will be used like that. Okay. So what I'm trying to explain, DevOps is something like kind of a pipeline. Okay. CI/CD stands for continuous integration and continuous delivery or continuous deployment. Okay. what is called as continuous integration and continuous delivery or deployment. For example, if I am, just imagine that in the Flipkart, right? This morning you can able to see one screen. Morning in the screen says that you have 50% off in the dress materials like that. Okay, some page, some kind of advertisement will be there. Probably later time, after 2 hours time, that particular advertisement gone, and again they will be flashing with the new kind of advertisement, okay, saying that some furniture mela kind of thing. Okay, in a single day you can able to go for 5 to 10 different kind of changes happening in the production. You cannot able to imagine 10 years before that. For making a single change, right, we have to wait for a weekend, and at least we have to stop all the components, all the applications, database for at least 5 hours time. Then we have to do that. Then we have to do testing, everything. But nowadays it's not like that. Everything can be done on the go. Everything can be done on the fly. On the fly means what? It is not required for you to switch off the applications or machine hardware. You can able to do it on the fly. That is what actually can say that is integration. Continuous integration means even in a single day I can able to do multiple such changes. And where it will be impacted, it will be impacted in the maybe in the Kubernetes, maybe in the OpenShift or kind of thing. Okay. But I'm saying that these are all something like not going to do that directly onto the production. You have to cross multiple stages, like test phase will be there, the UAT phase, sorry, the development phase will be there, UAT will be there. Everything you have to cross. Finally, you have to go for the production. So nowadays, our life, right, made very simple in the sense. But when you are running, see, for example, when you are actually sitting in the AC bus and the sleeper, right, we are very comfortable. But underlying hardware, you can imagine that how much heat it is exposing, how much pressure it has to accommodate, right? So that much of comfortable, right? Whatever the comfortable that we are providing to the application, that more kind of a complexity is available in the underlying hardware. So that is what we are coming there, right? So that is the reason a lot of huge opportunities are there. But only thing is they are requiring only your skill set. Your skill set should be properly aligned to the industry. Then you should be in a better position. I'm not saying that when you are taking the course, everything align whatever the industry is looking for, we cannot able to deliver. But you have to understand it properly and trying to map it to the industry, right? That is very much required. Some of the people may be using Ansible as a automation tool. Some of the people may be using Chef or something else, OSELabs or something, right? So we just wanted to accommodate that one. Understanding the functionality. Almost is going to be the same, but if you understand that one, right, then our life will be very much comfortable. More than 70 to 80% of the automation on the DevOps is happening through the Ansible. Because these are all coming under the Red Hat slab, right? So that's what people will be using that one as, because the enterprise will always be in a safer side. Okay, they should not feel any kind of complexity later time. So you can see that OpenShift is a family of containerization software products developed by Red Hat. Okay, hybrid cloud platform as a service built around Linux containers, orchestrated and managed by Kubernetes on a foundation of Red Hat Enterprise. There are some options to access Red Hat OpenShift. Okay. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. I'm not going to take much time after this one. Maybe like 5 minutes or 10 minutes only. So far, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Or else after completion also, I will give some time for you to actually speak up. Okay. Or you can ask any doubts and you can just put it in the chat box. Okay. I think so far no doubt. Thanks for that. Any doubt, you can just type it in the Q&A in the chat box. I will look into that. My team will look into that. So options to access Red Hat OpenShift. Okay. So it is something like so many questions will be asked internally to us, right? So normally, when I'm trying to, when I'm actually studying a particular topic, right? So many questions may be coming for you. Some of the questions we may not expose that properly, right? So like that, this is one among the questions. Right? So I can say that this is something like a OpenShift. Red Hat is providing some various options, right? For example, Azure with the OpenShift is provided, right? And you can see OpenShift Kubernetes engine. Those who are working only with the Kubernetes, they are all OpenShift. Red Hat OpenShift is providing some kind of atmosphere from the OpenShift perspective, because it is something like the kind of a layer will be implemented over there. Okay. OpenShift container platform dedicated. Red Hat OpenShift services on AWS like Azure. We have AWS also, which is nothing but cloud. The infrastructure is provided by AWS, and in this case, it is provided by Azure. And on top of that, we are actually installing the OpenShift. That is the meaning for that, right? OpenShift on IBM Cloud, as like as AWS Azure, we have an IBM Cloud. OpenShift dedicated also there, right? Dedicated is something like that is. So Red Hat manage the public cloud application deployment. Okay, it is managed for Red Hat is managing for the enterprise. Okay, so some options are there. If the enterprise are thinking that okay, it is very expensive or I cannot able to manage with my guys, so you can just go for the Red Hat Open dedicated. Okay, so many options are there. That is what I have taken directly from docs.openshift.com. Okay, after this I used to put it in the YouTube channel. You can also have a look on that, okay, in case it's required further. Okay. So that information I have actually. Okay. So some of the courses that we are offering, okay, Linux is our base course, and on top of that we are providing Python, AWS, Kubernetes CKA, right? Then Ansible. So normally Red Hat Enterprise Linux and the Ansible will be coming as a pack. It is called as RFC, and we are also providing some Python stuff, okay, basics. Other things like AWS, Azure also there, and Red Hat OpenShift is there. So our famous courses, or I can say Linux, Ansible, and OpenShift. Okay. AWS and Azure, these are all actually, this will be kind of our secondary courses that will be consumed by our customers regularly, customers mentions you. Okay. And having said that, so for the promotional or kind of a marketing perspective, we are actually providing some offers here, and these offers will be. This is for the Red Hat OpenShift course. Those who are taking the courses, right? For example, even they are taking the Red Hat course, or if they are taking Red Hat OpenShift course, or they are taking the Red Hat Ansible course, they want to register today, right? If they are doing that, right? I'm sorry, this is I have not changed one. Free Ansible, not Ansible book. This you can just remove this one. Those who are taking Ansible course, we will provide Ansible book, and those who are taking Linux course, we are providing, but not for the OpenShift. Okay, this is applicable only for Linux and applicable for the Linux Ansible, but not for the OpenShift. Those who are taking, then we will provide a hard copy of almost worth of 3,000 rupees as a fee, right? And the 10% of training fees. Goodies also we are providing in case you are registering today. That's what I'm saying, that this is kind of a marketing strategy that we are doing this, and this is also based on the previous enrollments, right? We can understand our customers are also like looking for some offers, and so that normally that this is what we will do that, right? So this is human tendency. And I am also doing that. You are also doing it. Okay. When you have a plan to do that, right? And if the plan, when it's going to execute, suppose if I'm thinking that okay, I'm going to get a small benefit out of that, then I will do that. So like that, please consider this one and please recommend to your friends or relatives, those who are looking for this portion. Okay, this would be very much helpful. Some referral bonus is also that you can speak to Sheikh or Sharika in regard to that. Okay, so this is actually the contact details. One particular information that I have not shared here, this one, we are also actually providing for the Linux only, right? For not for any other courses. For the Linux course, right? We are providing normally for the job opportunities. Okay, we are not charging additionally, and those who are taking the training with us, right? We try to place them in a company, right? But mid-level companies, they can able to create the opportunities, and probably sometimes it may take 1 week or sometimes it may take 1 month also, because in case if you are sending out and you are not actually you don't have a chance to get a job opportunity immediately, then we will provide another opportunity. That's what I can say, that it is a job assistance will be provided. Okay, and one particular information that in case if you are coming across any of your friends or relatives, those who are financially challenged, right, and they cannot able to take the course with some cost, right, then we are providing free education for those people. Okay, only thing is they wanted to have the laptop or mobile or something, they want to access the class, because the class normally happening in the online, as because you know that most of our customers are from Singapore and Dubai and other areas, UK, US, like that. Okay, so that is the reason most 95% of our classes are happening only through online, and that is the only criteria. And we are doing this only for helping others. Okay, nothing else. And not only that, not only free education. After free education, we will also try to put them into the proper organization companies. Okay. So in case if you come across any of the people, you please speak with me, or you can speak with any of the below numbers. Okay. And but only thing is it should be genuine, right? Because even I'm also running organization, and I cannot able to spend more money on this one, but at least whatever that I can able to do, I am trying to do that. And from your side, if you are finding some genuine people who are really suffering financially, please introduce them to OSELabs. We will take care of them. Okay. And that's it from my side. You have any questions, you can say to. Any questions, you can ask me. Sarika, you there?
So please check the chat box, sir.
What are the prerequisites to learn OpenShift? Why we are going to Docker 280, not 180? That's a fantastic question. First, answering your first question, prerequisite is Linux only. You should have the Linux knowledge, then only you can take the OpenShift. Right? It's not that you have to be certified on Linux, then only you can take OpenShift. Not like that. At least you have a working experience or some knowledge in Linux, that is more than enough. And answering to the next question, why we are going to that DO 280 and not 188? Yes. See, the people who are actually going for the 188, most of the components we are providing as a free to the DO 280. Okay, that is an additional thing which I have not explained. Okay, but in case if you wanted to do your foundation very strong, then you can go for DO 180. Okay, but in case, because sometimes right, people may be thinking that do I wanted to go for DO 188 and then DO 280, And suppose if my company is paying, then I can do that both. But if I am paying from my pocket, then how can I spend some time, right? So that is the reason what we are doing, right? We are also recommending DO 188 for the people who are looking for, but the people who are actually trying to take DO 280, we will be providing the core, not everything, but core components of DO 188 as a free of cost. Okay, so don't worry. Without explaining the basics of OpenShift, we are not going to handle DO 280. Sorry, DO 280. So advisor, yeah, fine, thanks. Fine, that's it. I think, Sarika, any other questions anyone have? Please ask your question. And I would also request your contact number and the names. Okay, and probably you are looking for, and your friend is looking for your job, right? I mean, this kind of courses, any of the courses, maybe not only the OpenShift. Today is for OpenShift, right? So any of the courses that we are actually having, right? Then in that case, you can just reach out to us. But as you have joined and you have spent your time, we also want to respect your time. Please share your mobile number and your name, okay, so that probably 2-3 persons we will select out of that. We will actually provide some goodies for them as well, okay, as today's you have joined, right, to encourage your like the webinars. We are also doing that, and mostly in all upcoming, I'm just requesting the participant to please have a look on our upcoming sessions. Because we are planning for as the previous DNS session happened. In case of those who are wanted to understand what is DNS and how it is configured, how the master slave configured, everything is available in the YouTube channel. You can just go to the YouTube and check for OSELabs, and there you can able to find. And even our previous Ansible recording also available. This OpenShift will be uploaded shortly, and all our upcoming Linux kind of things, regular expressions or other kind of email configuration, everything we are planning one by one. Okay. So only thing is we required your response and your not only response, your encouragement is very much required for us. Okay. So please help us, and we will actually try to do more kind of such webinars and workshops in the upcoming days. If you don't have any other questions immediately, then 1 second, something is there. Yeah. What is that?
What is the course duration you are planning, sir?
In particular to OpenShift, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
OpenShift is actually a 32 hours program, but we will split into because we cannot able to handle 8 hours per day, as because we know that you people are working in the I cannot able to accommodate everything to sit 8 hours into 3 days. Okay, that is very tough. Sometimes we can do that in the weekend, but normally 32 hours is the program that we will do that according to the requirements, I can say, right? For example, 3 hours per day, then it may take 11 to 12 days like that. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Anything else that you required? Any other questions or clarifications or any other suggestions that you are thinking that, okay, you can do this particular topic, that will also help us, right? Because we are actually planning to do more such webinars and kind of workshops. Please give your suggestions as well. I'm humbly requesting you guys, because I'm really respecting you all, because you are all in the industry and you have more ideas. Sometimes I may be missing that, so please guide me. Okay. So thanks for all your participants so far. And someone is asking a question. Do I have to share the contact details in chat or Google Doc? Sarika, please answer for that. John Anthony is asking for. Sarika, you have provided the this
You
one.
can share the Google Drive itself, because for goodies, we need to have your details.
So this is what actually you have to do. Thanks for asking this question. Guys,
Share
please,
it in the chat box. Please
yes,
do enter.
don't, our guys will not give more torture. Don't worry about that. They will ask one time, then that's it. Okay. So if you are interested, or if your friends or any of your friends are some, because normally this is even I am also denying, right? So, but I told, I mean, it's properly informed that not to disturb everyone because we are working in different shifts, right? But in case if you are really interested, or if your friend having interest, please redirect that. So please help us, okay? Sarika, anything else? We can wind up, or
That's it. We can wind
okay.
up.
Thanks, guys. Please provide your details, and probably I cannot able to give details to all, but I think two members we can select and try to provide today. Okay, we can select in the sense we will just kind of like a dice. We will roll out and try to pick up one or two.
The candidates who register today will be getting the goodies and free offers and everything.
Exactly. So candidates who are registering today, right? You are enrolled. Right, enrolling in the sense you have to enroll in the sense you have to make payment or something. You just speak with the marketing team, and you have to enroll it. Then you will get all these stuff. Okay. So the books is I have mentioned not for OpenShift, but it is only for the Ansible and for the Red Hat. Okay. I mean Linux. So I think I'm good. Thanks for your valuable time spent this Saturday, at least 1 hour for me. Really helped us. And thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to actually